Welcome and welcome back, Pero Kama family. Today, we're going to be going over some romance wrecks, Valentine's Day and all. So join us. All right, guys. So today we each have some recommendations for the beautiful month of February, full of love and all of that goodness. I mean, it really should be the rest of the year, but you know what I mean.
Word.
Okay. So I'm going to start off with my first one.
Mhm.
It's actually two books only because I just found out about it and I read the first book, but I didn't even know there was a two and a three. So,
Okay.
this is going to count as one because it's the same author, y'all. Okay. It's Practice Makes Perfect and Beg, Borrow, or Steal by Sarah Adams. In 2023, I read my first book by Sarah Adams called When in Rome. And I really enjoyed it. Really, really, really enjoyed it. So this
Mhm.
follows, you know how they do. It's characters from the first one spinoff. You don't have to
Got
read the
it.
first one. So that is my first recommendation for those two books.
Okay, so for me, my first one is Not Another Love Song by Julie Soto. This was actually on my top 10 books of 2024. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved it. I love that it wasn't a typical romance. I don't want to say that romance was secondary, but it was secondary. The love of the music was their first love. And then them falling in love because they shared that passion was the secondary story. And I absolutely loved it. I ate it up. I would recommend anybody and everybody to read that. That's my first one.
Okay. And some of you guys don't know, but Colette and music.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So now just so you guys know, I have not read these. These are books that I am recommending because I am going to read. Colette has read hers.
Yes.
So we got two different. Okay. My next recommendation is My Dark Prince by Parker S. Huntington and L.J. Shen. It's Ollie's story.
Oh, I'm sitting there looking like, wait, is that the book?
No, 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 no. It's Ollie's story. It's Ollie's
Ooh.
story, which you know, and it's a Sleeping Beauty type of. I
Oh,
don't know how they play that into
when is
there,
that coming
but
out? Is it out already?
it comes out on the. I didn't write that one down. I think it's on the 11th.
Of February?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. But I'll look it up while you tell us your next recommendation.
Okay. My next recommendation. This is for Liz. A Holly Jolly Diwali.
Oh my Lanta. Oh my Lanta.
um, this is a story about the perfect Indian daughter who tries to stay, very structured. She got a degree, she got the good paying job, she still lives at home, and she eventually gets fired. So she goes home for Diwali, um, for one of her friends' weddings and meets the love of her life. And it progresses from there. Her having that experience of needing love, a good love, someone that loved her enough to even let her go, because that is part of the story. He had to let her go. Um, and them having to figure that part out, but also her falling in love with her culture. Like she always felt othered for being a Muslim. So for her to be able to go home to Punjabi, is it Punjabi? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. But she goes home and she's able to experience the Diwali in India and all of that. So she's falling in love with herself and her religion and not feeling ashamed for it. That's also, I think I like those type of stories where the love is the secondary story, but you fall in love with something else that's your passion.
Yes.
But yes, great read. I would recommend it. It's your next book.
My next book, and just so you guys know, My Dark Prince comes out on the 9th of February.
Okay.
My next book is Scythe and Sparrow by Bryn Weaver.
Scythe.
Scythe. I'm just messing with Colette.
One time I was zoning out. Liz was telling me something and she was like, Scythe. And I'm looking and I my ears perked up and I'm like, I started spelling it. I'm like, Scythe. And I look at Liz and Liz is cracking up. She's like, I was waiting for you because you were not paying attention.
She's paying attention today, y'all.
Yeah.
So Scythe and Sparrow by Bryn Weaver. This is the third book in her Butcher and Blackbird series. I love them. They're hilarious. I know people go in them thinking like dark romance. No, if you go in there looking for a dark comedy romance, you're good. You're golden. You're going to enjoy the book. She's funny.
I think that's a better, because when you told me it was a dark rom-com, I was like, this made sense. Because if I had went into it with dark romance, I'm like, this is stupid.
No, yeah, it's hilarious. Bryn Weaver has an amazing sense of humor. So this follows the last brother, Fionn, and his love interest, Rose, who is circus. I don't know. What are they called? The ones that do all the flips and stuff. Yep, that person. She's one of those. She's a clown. She's a clown. Yeah. So in that book, I have some news, not even Colette knows.
Okay.
Is available on Book of the Month as an add-on.
What?
So all of my Bryn Weaver books are Book of the Month. I'm so excited. But for those who don't have Book of the Month, it will be available on February 11th.
Ooh, that's good.
Yes.
So Colette, if you order early, you can get it before it comes out.
Maybe. Sometimes they delay your box. But hopefully not Book of the Month. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So my next book is My Choice Is You by Mel Dow. This was an honorable mention for my 2024 reads. This is about an autistic woman that is growing up. She's a young adult. She's starting to live on her own and, live her adult life. And having to navigate falling in love for the first time, actually interacting with people. I'm not sure if anyone knows about autistic people, but a lot of them, they don't really like the interaction. Or they miss social cues is what I should say.
Yeah, yes.
They miss social cues. And so I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like that is a struggle for them. So that makes it feel like they don't want to interact with you, but really they're just feel out of body, I would say, because they're missing those social cues. So she's learning to navigate that as an adult without her dad holding her hand. She's fallen in love for the first time. She's trying to work in a career where she's working with children, but people are scared of her interacting with her kids because she's missing social cues. So all of that. Again, I loved it. That book was funny as hell. Funny as hell. Fantastic. Go ahead and read it. Available on Kindle Unlimited if you have it.
Kindle Unlimited, y'all.
I'm telling you.
My next book. Actually, I'm going to move that one to save it for last. So my next book is a book that I'm going to be reading for a book club. I've heard amazing things. I've seen a lot of people post about it. It's Flawless by Elsie Silver. Yeah. Have you tried to read it?
No.
No? Yeah. Do I know what it's about? No. But I'm going to be reading
cover,
it.
Though.
Yeah. So I'm recommending it to y'all. It's a series.
Yes.
So Elsie Silver's Flawless. Read it with me.
And then my final recommendation is The Perfect Fine by Tia Williams.
Yes, I second that recommendation.
5-star read. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I was telling Liz, the reason I love that book so much, one of the reasons I love that book so much is I feel like you find the love of your life, soulmate, fated mate trope a lot in fantasy. And I feel like she was able to catch that in real human interaction, in real world scenario.
In a difficult setup.
Yes.
Too.
And it's definitely an age gap. So if you're not into age gaps, don't come. No perfect, fine slander will be tolerated. Okay.
At all. Unless it's for the movie.
Yeah. You can trash the movie. But it's about a woman finding herself, finding love. It's just great. It's just great. We actually have a review coming out on it, but I highly recommend it. You will not be disappointed. That is also available on Kindle Unlimited, by the way. You guys, that's a solid 5-star read if you're looking for a romance for 2025. I'm just saying. What's your next book list?
So in February, one of my literary queens is putting a book out. So I got to read it. Dead End by Ali Hazelwood.
Deep End.
Deep End? Oh my God. I put dead here. Thank you, Colette. She even knew. Deep End. It makes sense because they're both into aquatic sports. This book comes out on the 4th of February, y'all.
I pre-ordered it.
So, 4th of February. Right there. Follows a diver. She's a diver. Almost loses her career because of an injury. They're college students. He's a swimmer. They have nothing in common until a secret comes out.
Okay.
And then from there, Ali takes over.
You won't be disappointed. She's fantastic.
I love her. I love her. And we just found out that they're doing like a romance con thing in Los Angeles.
Con.
Yep, that. And she's going to be there. So is Abby Jimenez. I'm so excited. There's a lot of people that are going to be there. So maybe we could work it out that we can make it. You guys could come along on a, we can share it with you guys. Or maybe you guys can go and we can see you guys.
Yes, that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
So that was my final book because I can't not read Ali Hazelwood, and it comes out in February, and it's a romance. Okay.
Right. Yes.
So that's it, guys. Let us know if you guys have any romance recommendations that we haven't talked about, because we're always available we're always open to add to our TBR.
I knew where you're going.
So yeah, thank you, but they might not. You know me. But again, thank you guys so much for being here and supporting us through all of this and being here and watching us. We thank you guys. Please like, share, subscribe. Follow us on all socials: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. And we will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.